Greetings!
Greetings too!
We are Chappers and Lee,
We certainly are.
and we have a lovely new Telecaster from Fender Guitars in Fenderland.
Who make
Telecasters.
Telecasters.
This is a particularly enchanting one.
Yeah, this is a new one. It's just come out sort of autumn 2011. It's very pretty. I'm rather enjoying this. Let me give you the quick rundown of the guitar. It's a solid ash body. It's loaded with, in fact, it's vintage styled, so we've got a vintage C-shaped neck here.
Yeah, F-type tuners at the top with a little hole you can put a string into.
That classic kind of very thin rosewood board that you get on vintage tellies, vintage guitars. A genuine Seymour Duncan 59 humbucker in the neck. A very bright voiced, trebly sort of vintage style single coil in the bridge here. Your three vintage style saddles.
I love the fact that it's that colour as well, and the
Beautiful
scratch
colour.
plate really sort of sets it off nicely.
Yeah, the sort of the fake tortoise shell kind of scratch plate looks very, very cool. Got a little interesting feature in that, typically speaking, on a guitar, you'd use 250k tone pots for a single coil, 500k tone pots for a humbucker. This one here has a single tone control, and they've used a 375k pot. The idea, what we're trying to get here is it should give a slightly darker tone to the humbucker, but a slightly brighter tone to the bridge pickup, the single coil pickup.
Which is a nice change, you know.
Yeah, we'll give Chappers this weapon. It's a made in Mexico guitar, so it's great value from Fender. It's going to sell for about $550.
It's a proper guitar. It's a good weight. It isn't super light, but it's not stupidly heavy. You know,
Yep.
the neck. We don't often really talk about necks enough, but this is definitely kind of a regular C-type neck. It's not a V. It's not massively fat. It's not stupidly thin. It's just kind of right in the middle.
But all the timbers used on there look nice, don't they? The neck's a nice sort of tint. And
yes, very nice fret. Did you oil this fretboard?
I did, yes.
Yeah, I thought you did. That's the kind of attention to detail that you do.
I do. I like my fretboards oiled.
Yes.
So much on the single coil, but you can really hear the effects of that tone control on the humbucker. It was really bassy.
It's like an evil, dark emperor sat in his throne of doom.
I always find it's a difficult balance, I think, there to sort of. Sometimes I think when you put two pickups on a guitar that are very different levels, it makes it quite hard to use the two to get. You know, you can obviously get a great sound out of one and a great sound out of the other, but to flick between the two in a song is often challenging because it's such a different.
Well, I'm interested to know what happens if you put it in the middle.
Okay.
Which is what we're going to do right now.
Right, so we're going to dive over to a gain sound, but I'm going to purposely set this up not too gainy, so it'll be
like a crunchy,
rhythmy kind of sound, and then we'll see what it can do with a bit more gain in a minute. banana claw.
Scourge to the 7 retail stores. The middle setting with gain is really pleasant.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Very pleasant. What we've demonstrated here, folks, is that A, the Telecaster is one of the most versatile guitars you can manufacture, purchase, especially when you've got a humbucker and you've got a single coil, and that Fender make an amazing guitar.
They do, for a great price as well.
But here's the interesting thing.
Yeah, what haven't we told them about
Well, we
this
haven't
guitar?
told you that this is the Graham Coxon signature model. Now, those of you who don't know who Graham Coxon is, he was and is the guitar player for Blur, and obviously Graham Coxon. Graham's a great guitar player. Some would say he's like an anti-hero guitarist. And what we were interested in, and the reason we kind of demoed this at the beginning without telling you it's a signature model, is we want to know, does that affect your purchase decision? So do you now think less of the guitar because of Graham Coxon's involvement and the fact that this is his signature model? I mean, it's only just signatured on the back, that's it. Does it bother you? Leave a comment in the comment section below.
Or does it make you want the guitar more, or
Yeah.
are you just indifferent?
Because, I mean, he's an influential guitar player. He's influenced loads of big bands.
Yeah, he was part of a generation of guitar players that were almost anti-heroes. So, you know, you had guys like him, I suppose to an extent, you know, bands like Radiohead, where the guitar players were...
Placebo, Brian Marker, great guitar player, you know.
But it was very experimental. I don't think those guys would consider themselves guitar virtuosos.
No.
And it was very experimental guitar sounds. So it's unusual. You don't often see guitar makers going out on a limb and doing signature series for this type of guy.
Yeah.
But I think it's cool. I was, you know, again, growing up in England, and you know, I was in my, in my sort of early 20s when the sort of Blur were around. They were massive, you know, the Blur Oasis thing in the UK.
Yeah, it was a huge deal. It was a huge deal.
You know.
Like in the playgrounds, they used to go, "Who are you into?" Blur Oasis. There was a fight if you were the wrong band, you know.
And obviously, because I'm from the south, I was into Blur, and all the Northern Monkeys. What they were in were Oasis, weren't they?
Well, I hated them all because I'm a metalhead. So yeah, we're interested in your opinions. We summoned the trolls. Have a troll fest on our comment section. Nothing will be deleted unless it's to do with, you know.
There is. I should tell you one thing though. These guitars are only available via European guitar stores. So
If you're an American,
the
only way you can get hold of one is through Andertons.co.uk.
Yeah, so come to our site because we do ship to America and Australia and all around the world. So if you think this looks cool, all is not lost if you live outside of Europe. So
We've saved you. So how much does this guitar cost, Lee?
It's about £550.
£550. Seymour Duncan. Ash?
Yeah,
Yes, ash. Tree wood.
real tree wood.
Real tree wood from real trees.
Yeah.
And I think that Fender should be commended on using real legal trees in the manufacturing of their guitars. I've been Rob
Say
Chappers.
no more. And I've been the captain, and we'll see you next time.
Bye!